Nick Hawkins, outside London Stadium, West Ham Fan TV. Mike, it was a win. It wasn't very convincing, but we got it done.
Tough watch at times, really tough watch at times. I mean, Bowen tonight was, oh my God, he's so unlucky not to have had his hat-trick. Really unlucky. But I think we've seen the good, the bad, the ugly of VAR tonight. I think that's fair to say. I'd love to see, I want to see that first one again that got disallowed because it didn't look like Diop even touched it to me. No, they called it as offside. They called it offside. But then if Diop didn't touch it, and it's not offside, is it? That's my opinion. I mean, I was like,
It's interpretation, isn't it? Because even if he's jumped, he's putting the keeper off. And
yeah, I suppose. I mean, one player that I thought didn't really look like he was in the game tonight was Antonio. No, whether he sort of thought in his head, oh, it's only Norwich, I'll score 4 against him again. He weren't really at his best tonight, I don't think. I mean, I know obviously a lot of people... Look, I mean, it's what he does off the ball rather than on the ball, I think, recently. And I think Bowen's sort of becoming more the focal point, I'd say. But I have to say that Grant Hanley, I thought really marshalled Antonio quite well tonight. I thought Norwich, we gave him that little bit of encouragement in the second half when Fabianski sort of tipped it onto the post, and that gave us a little bit of a wake-up call. Luckily for us, they're not very good, and they are where they are for a reason, because they're not very good. But the thing is, I think to myself, got Antonio. Obviously, we're talking about we're in the January transfer window, talking about players like Barbosa, and I see players like Chris Wood talking terms with Newcastle. Why aren't we going in for a player like that? If Chris Wood was playing, say he had played in that game tonight, he'd have eaten them like for dinner and breakfast and lunch and everything for the next 2 weeks. He'd put away his chances,
Why aren't we moving in the transfer window? What are we waiting for?
Look, I don't know whether there's a little bit of... I'd like to think that obviously with Kretinsky on board now, there's not as much meddling from, more Sullivan rather than Gold, as David Gold don't really tend to sort of meddle in the transfers. But David Sullivan, just don't know really. I mean, look, there's still, what are we, nearly not quite halfway in January yet, but we're getting to that point, and we haven't signed anyone yet. So it's a little bit concerning. Obviously, I didn't like the thing that came out the other night, obviously, that Tottenham are in talks or supposedly open talks with Lingard. I don't know whether Man U sort of tried to pull a funny one on us the other night by playing him for 5 minutes in the cup, so he gets cup tied. But then I've read a few things about maybe we'll wait until the final day of the window and then put in a 5 million bid for him, and then he'll come. But you just don't know. But I mean, obviously, one good thing out of tonight as well, another good thing, it was obviously good to see Cresswell back. Really good to see Cresswell back. But I still say this, what's the point of putting crosses in when there's no one on the end of the crosses? You tell me the last time that we put a cross in this season and we actually scored from the cross. Can you?
No, I can't.
Maybe once or twice this season, if that. But look, good performance. Not that we weren't at our best at all by any stretch of imagination. Obviously, I don't know if that was down to tiredness. Obviously, most of that team played on Sunday, and it was made no bones about it. It wasn't an easy game against Leeds, but they're still, they put the hard yards in at the end of the day. I just think, obviously, of course, as I said, we do need signings. I'm frustrated at the fact that, we're seeing every team and his wife linked with so many players and then actually signing players, but we've not actually signed anyone. And I think if we want to push on, I mean, look, we've got Leeds again on Sunday, obviously, in the league. I mean, we're back into that 4th position. I'm happy with it. We're back into that 4th position, but if we need to build on that, because I don't think it's by fluke that we're in 4th place right now. It's not by fluke. We're having a fantastic season. We've lost, 6, 7 games all season? Is it something like that? So it's not a fluke that we're in that position at all. We're playing very, very well. We're playing some very good football. You know, you can see the togetherness in the team. Yes, you had like that blip, you know, we had that little blip where we weren't like sort of doing so well, and then we end up going and beat Watford away, and then, you know, Palace away, which was, you know, obviously 2 games quite close to each other, which could have been, you know, under a different West Ham, or maybe under a different manager, could have been a different result. But we looked very resilient. It was obviously nice. That's now 2 clean sheets in a row. Obviously, I know different goalkeepers, but it's, yeah, you know, I mean, as I say, I think we're deservedly back in 4th place. I know Arsenal have got a game in hand, but at the end of the day, it's just a game in hand. They've still actually got to go out and win that game. It doesn't matter if it's against Burnley or if it's against Liverpool or whoever at the end of the day. But I think, you know, I'm feeling quite positive for Sunday, and yeah, we found a good run of form again, and I think, you know, long may it continue.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Nicky.
Cheers, pal.